Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's Mark with Red Star Loft. We got a beautiful day here. As you can see, my rigged setup here. I'm gonna have to build some sort of a better landing board because this is not ideal. The ladder, at least, is gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to build some sort of a removable post because the one that I have on there is just too small. But anyway, let's go take a look at the birds and let them out before we do anything else. And then I'll talk about a few potential changes that we'll have in here. So, as you guys can see, there are a couple of fighters, but they're all hungry. That much is for sure. But they've been flying yesterday as well as the past couple days, so definitely going out today. It's a nice warm, beautiful day, so we'll get them out and we'll get them flying. So let's open this compartment. They should start coming out in mass. There we are. Yeah, they've flown yesterday, but only for about 30 or so minutes. There was plenty of hawks in the sky. I think the day before it rained all day, so they didn't really get to eat and hunt, so they were making up for it yesterday. And it was also a really windy day, so I just wasn't gonna make them try too hard on a bad windy day. So plenty of time. I'm not gonna run out of time. I'm not gonna be late for anything with the birds, so I don't force them to fly once they decide they've flown enough. So where is that? There we go. We have a group flying right there. Smaller group, but and then I'm gonna go in there and get the rest of those guys. There goes that grizzle. He's usually one of the first ones out. Took his time today. So we'll give him a few minutes while I talk about a couple things. As you can see there, they just run out and they take off. They don't go into a tree. This is the young guy. They don't go into a tree. They don't hang out where they're not supposed to. Well, most of them. There's always those ones that linger, but most of them do just take to the sky. You can see over there. Yeah, you can still tell that it's a bit of a windy day because they're struggling, especially when they're climbing. It's like they hit a brick wall. So, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about is just the future updates. Actually, let me go in there, and before I continue, let me go in there and push the rest of them out so that I can talk freely. So bear with me for 1 minute. Okay, we're back in an empty loft. I pause it just because it gets messy trying to push all the birds out. These two guys will let them hang out. But in terms of the inside, I am definitely gonna probably sometime soon take down these blue perches as well as these. I'm just not a fan of them. I mean, they do the job that they're supposed to, but they're not the best thing to use, mainly because A, there's just not that much room on them, so the birds always feel like they're kind of pushed up against the wall, and B, this material, these cheapo ones, they're really hard to clean. You can scrape them all you want unless you're actually going to wash them. they're not, yeah, they're just difficult to clean and maintain. So I'm gonna take these down and build just some of those, something similar that Graham has over at Small Loft Pigeon Racing, and I think Adrian P has something similar, but it's just gonna be the 2x4s that are lined up, and either those or I'm just gonna build 2 more of these, put one here and put one here. So we'll see what I decide to do, but I'm definitely gonna do one of those 2 things. So that's for this side, basically just a new purchase that'll end up looking, I'm sure, much nicer. These guys, though it's not going to be anytime soon, but these guys in here will get new nest fronts. That's going to be for the next breeding season, so I'm not going to sweat it too much now. But yeah, these nest fronts are going to go. This wire, they hang on it, they mess with each other, they mess up their tail feathers, so it's going to be probably something more along the lines of dowel rods than actual wire. So we'll get that, but that's probably the last thing that I'm going to do. Let's pop outside, see how the birds are flying. Yeah, you can see up on the roof we do have a few dwellers, but I see the shadows flying above me, so let me locate the flock. There they are. And yep, I can't see too well through the trees, but they're definitely battling that wind. Look at how low they go. Like I said, it's a nice day. It's in the high 60s, but the wind's definitely there, and you can tell when you watch them fly around. Alright, we got a large group that's flying right now. Kind of hard to keep up with them. And anyway, another thing that I will be working on is building a loft addition. Building a 3rd section, or building another loft, however you want to call it. Originally, oh, look at that. See what else I got in my backyard? There he goes. There he goes, there he goes. Better not go to my... If you have a phobia of snakes, I apologize, but these are just garden snakes. They're not harming anybody. Anyway, I got distracted with the snake. The addition, I was gonna take up half of the dog cage right here, build onto that, and then, because the only time he's in here is basically when he's either just sitting inside the house or when he's sleeping. He never actually spends any time on the cage. But I decided to go against that. The main reason is I just like the way this loft looks from the front, and I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up the aesthetics of it, and it's just not gonna, it's gonna look ugly, and it's not gonna look like it fits. So what I've decided to do is, thought about building one just separate right here, but I'm not gonna do that either. I'm just gonna build one on the back, and basically I will attach it to the back of the loft. It'll go out to here, the door will be right there, and nothing too big. Basically I'm probably gonna build it the same size as that's the floor from the old little loft that used to be back over there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build the size of the piece of the plywood, so 4 feet by 8 feet, and I'll attach it on there, and that's gonna be where my old birds go. Because yeah, I definitely do want to keep some old birds. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of them at the end of the season, but there's definitely gonna be birds that I just don't want to get rid of, and I'm not gonna have anywhere to put them. So I will, I don't know if it's gonna be in 2 weeks or in 2 months. It's not urgent, but I will build a new loft that's on the back there. So I've also been in talks with a couple of guys about getting a few new birds for breeding, but again, that's down the line. It's gonna be a couple, no more than a couple really good pairs, really good well-known bloodlines, but don't want to say too much about that because that's something that's coming way down the line. So that's basically where we're at, guys. I'll let you watch the birds fly for a minute, and then I gotta head back inside and I gotta get back to work. So I just decided to come out here, try out this new camera system, and get a shot of the birds flying, which, as you can see, they're doing a great job so far. So we'll let them creep. That's my viewing area. I plop in those Adirondack chairs and I sit there and I stare at the sky. So I want to thank all of you guys for watching. I want to give a big shout out to everybody. Look at that. I don't know if you can see them, but there's two hawks circling right up there. There's another one straight over there, and one right there, so I'll have to keep an eye on those. But yeah, I appreciate all the support, all the subscribers, all the viewers. I've been watching a lot of your guys' content as well. A couple of guys that definitely love what they've been putting out. Love their content. It's Mike over at Rocky Ridge Kennel and Loft, I believe, and Graham at Small Loft Pigeon Racing. Those guys just put out great content lately. Mike's a super handy guy, knows how to build just about anything, especially when it relates to the lofts. And Graham is just has a ton of knowledge when it comes to pigeons. He just built another great looking loft, and you know, it seems like he's a guy that you can go to with any questions, because he's got decades of experience. So those two guys, really like what they've been doing lately. And you know, as always, big shout out goes to Adrian P. Has been probably the biggest help that I've had in this pigeon sport. I can't thank him enough, and all the guys, you know, that always watch my videos and that I always watch their videos. I appreciate the support. You know, Ham's Loft, Terry, Joe M. Tippler, Hale Flights, Dunningville Loft, White House Loft, all of you guys. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of people, but it's just, you know, I'm trying to catch pigeons and think at the same time. All of you guys are great. I appreciate what you do. I like your videos, and I appreciate you watching mine. So as long as you guys are watching, I'm gonna be recording. So you guys have a good day. Thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with you guys probably in a few days. Take care.